Is everyone Mitchell Starc here today? Does anyone want to kick us off?
Hi Mitchell, you're 220 odd ahead with 8 wickets left. That's usually fatal for your opponents when Australia are in that position. Do England need a miracle?
It's for you guys to write, I guess. No, we're building nicely on our lead, and obviously building on a positive morning for us. So yeah, we'll continue to bat in the morning and see where we're placed, maybe at lunch or further, I guess.
Well bowled today, Starkey. I just want to ask about a moment before play. It looked like a really nice moment when everyone came together, the players, coaches, and looked like all the support staff as well. What gets said, or what did get said in a moment like that, and what kind of effect does it have just on morale before you go out to play?
In the warm-up, you mean?
Yeah.
What was said?
It's basically a focus on the day ahead, really.
There you go. Focus on the day ahead. It was more around Smudge's, Steve's 100, and obviously, the disappointment with Nathan. But obviously, the way that Steve went about it with the bat, another 100 for him at Lord's, which is pretty special to put his name up on that board again. So, yeah, it's those little moments we don't. They're not a big deal made out of coming together before warm-ups and that sort of thing. It's little messages to kick off the day, or whether it's recognise personal milestones and things that the team have achieved. So yeah, a nice little one for Steve there, and just get around Nathan after yesterday's disappointment as well.
Mitch, Steve said it was a pretty benign surface yesterday when the clouds Steve Smith said that it was a pretty benign surface yesterday when the clouds were away. Just to spell this morning, getting the ball to just jump off that surface. Was it the surface? Was it just you? And how did that play out?
Yeah, I think we found that the wicket's probably a bit too paced. It's definitely not a fast wicket, but there's been a bit of ones that sort of, I guess, if little periods after some of the little showers or little bits of water on the wicket that might have just skipped through a bit. Others sort of, I think we saw a couple today that with the harder ball just kicked through a little bit. I think it's just been inconsistent, if anything, with the bounce. But yeah, it's probably not done anywhere near as much as anyone thought when the sun's been out, which is, plays a part over here in England when the clouds come in and if the ball's in good enough condition. So yeah, it was just I guess a bit of a plan of ours. Obviously we saw that yesterday and then a little bit this morning to just I guess come in and hit the wicket hard and see what came of that with the older, softer ball. It was just been a bit inconsistent and yeah, we found some success doing that.
A couple of questions. I just wondered if I could ask you your reaction to Alan Border announcing that he's got Parkinson's disease. And secondly, in relation to this match particularly, does it give you a lift when England contribute to their own downfall?
Say the second one again, sorry.
Second question, does it give the team a lift when England getting themselves out?
Yeah, I mean, England are going to play the way they're going to play. It's for us to counter that and come up with plans to... they're obviously going to try and take the game on, which they've said and shown throughout the first 3 innings of this series with the bat for them. So yeah, for us to continue to adapt to the way they're playing and find ways to continue to make chances with the ball. So and then in answer your first question, I did hear that from Cole actually just a little bit earlier, which is sad to hear of one of the greats of Australian cricket and certainly a big character in the world of cricket, and our wishes go to AB and his family as well.
G'day, Mitch. Just in terms of dealing with Nathan's absence, at least for the rest of the match and perhaps the rest of the series, have you discussed how you're going to look to counter that, particularly in the second innings of this match, and what are the types of things you may need to do?
I'm sure that Brains Trust have probably spoken about it. There's been nothing formal anyway in the way that we've approached the next little period. It was, if anything, today in that innings was more around how to obviously find ways to get those chances. But if we needed to bring in someone like Trav to come in with a bit of spin to get through some overs, or he's played a role for us in the past in Test matches, and he's happy to take that on, which he did again today to pick up a couple of wickets. So there's an option there for us. You got Steve and Marnus who've bowled in the past as well. So in terms of we're down nearly 500 Test wickets in Nathan, but we've got guys who can come in and fill a role there. If us guys with us quickies do our job and take the bulk of the work and the wickets, then we can focus on that first and foremost, and then address it for the next game with obviously Toddy in the squad as well.
Mitch, did you feel like with Nathan out though that knocking over wickets quickly today became more important? Because obviously like a tight turnaround into Headingley, still going to have to bowl again one more innings in this match. No spinner you're not going to get as many overs out of your spin as what you would have if Nathan was available, obviously. Did that become more important, taking wickets quickly today?
Yeah, I guess so. We haven't really spoken about any of that. It was more just to create those chances to almost continue on to where we left off last night with building a bit of pressure through, taking those wickets quickly at the end of yesterday, and then obviously trying to get a couple a day, knowing that they don't have Moen at 8, so they've got a bit of a longer tail. So, there's not been a whole heap spoken yet with, obviously the amount of work that Nathan does for us is a big one. In terms of addressing that for later on, that's for later on. We're here to, we need to take another 10 wickets to win this Test match, and whatever combinations are going to work to do that. Obviously going to be primarily seamers with the addition of Trav and the guys that I mentioned before.
Couple more, Mitch, can I just ask about Usman and Davey opening the batting in this series? Opening in 2019 Ashes was obviously really difficult. It felt like a bit of a win for you guys, a bit of an achievement for those two to be able to kind of get through the new ball on this occasion?
Yeah, I mean, you can probably ask them how they're going about it, but they've been fantastic to... they've played a lot of cricket, obviously played a lot of cricket together. It was a big focus heading into the series, the way they wanted to go about their cricket, and they've both been fantastic openers for a long time. Uzi's form over the last couple of years has been phenomenal. So, they've created a really good partnership over, a long period of time, and to come into a big series like this, to some of the starts they've had, it's been quality to see them go about their business there, and for our top order, it's not just obviously the opening partnership's a key one, but I think throughout our top order, everyone's stepped up at different moments. Steve was phenomenal in the first innings. Everyone's sort of got starts along the way, and some guys have pushed on and really contributing to some big first innings scores, which is good to see.
Yeah, just on the short stuff again, did it surprise you that the England guys went after it quite so much?
I think we were pretty accurate with the ball, to be fair. It wasn't just wasting two really high bounces. It was, the four of us sort of went about our business there in being quite accurate and being up around the chest and shoulders. So, I don't like to face that stuff. So, if it's coming at a decent pace, I'm not sure anyone does, but. They're playing aggressive cricket. Their approach is their approach. You'll have to ask them how they want to go about it. But we saw an opportunity there to create some chances, which obviously we did. That doesn't always go that way, and thankfully more went to hand than to ground, which was good for that plan.
And plenty more to come in the second innings, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see how the wicket reacts, obviously, over the next couple of days. It's not playing a whole lot of tricks, but as I said before, it's been quite inconsistent. So maybe to get a gauge of that, the speed of ball to bat can become a little bit difficult. So, it could potentially be a ploy. It's one we've now tried and had a little bit of success to the way they're going to play it, and potentially call on that either this game or throughout the series again.
Hey Mitch, just following on from that, I wanted to ask specifically about Harry Brook. You talked about being accurate. Did it feel like it sort of worked well for you to kind of, I suppose, tuck him up and put him in a position where he sort of had to go for something that probably wasn't really on given the ball?
Yeah, they're being aggressive with the way they want to go about it. As I said before, we were quite accurate and saw an opportunity. If they wanted to take it on, we sort of had fields to be in positions where if chances were created, hopefully they went to hand. So yeah, it's worked for one innings. It's potential to work again if we need to call on it. But they want to play aggressive cricket, as they've said for a period of time now, and it's just about finding ways to counteract that or to continue to create chances. And he was just one of the guys that we went at as well.
Mitch, on the pitches, you've had the first 2 games. I know you didn't play the first one, but how relevant is it that Australia probably have the 4 fastest bowlers in the match? That extra 5, 8, 10 miles an hour. Do you feel that is what's creating the added opportunities as well as the methods that England are taking?
Maybe. Coming into this series, we all heard that they wanted to create fast, flat wickets. I don't think you get fast wickets in England. It just doesn't happen. So certainly creating flat ones. So yeah, potentially airspeed may come into it. You've got 2 bowlers in the other change room that have got a huge amount of cricket experience and wickets in the shed. So obviously they've got an extremely high level of skill. So it's not all about airspeed, but everyone goes about it slightly differently. Speaking from our group, we all do things slightly differently and all complement each other in that regard. Not just the guys in this game, but also Scotty Boland and Michael Neser as well. So yeah, I think we're well rounded to face whatever sort of wickets we come up with and come up against, and certainly there's certainly different wickets from Edgbaston to here, but both fairly slow, I'd say.
Thanks everyone.
Thank you.